When you was younger, did you have like go out on dates and stuff like that?
No, I wasn't allowed to because of my cultural background. My parents were very strict, and we weren't allowed to go out. We weren't allowed to put any makeup on. I had long hair, so it's all in plaits, So we had to. I mean, I wanted to keep my hair, out like all my friends, but I wasn't allowed to do that. And where my friends went to parties and things, it was like if it was daytime that was fine, but not in the evening. So very, very restricted in that sense. We weren't allowed to speak to any boys or anything. We can't wear short skirts or anything. It had to be knee length, and so it's quite strict in that way.
Did you always plan to marry?
No, it wasn't actually. Well, I hadn't planned. Everything was planned for me. Again, going back culturally, my marriage was arranged. When I was about 16, my father decided that it was time that he got me engaged. He went back to India and he chose a husband for me. I hadn't met him. It was totally blind date, And so I came back, and that's when I was going to go on to do my, O levels and A levels. And I was told by my dad that I had to give up my studies because I had to sponsor my husband in this country. And to sponsor him, you needed a job. So then my ambitions were all kind of crushed, really, because I had to find a job. And the first job I had was in Courtaulds, which was like a textile factory, and you worked mornings and afternoons. So one week I had to wake up at about 4:30 in the morning to start work at 6 o'clock, and I was only 16 and a half at that time. And as you can imagine, the place was all older people there, and I couldn't relate, and I was devastated because it was like all my dreams and everything was shattered. I thought that's it, that's the end of my ambitions. And then obviously after a couple of years my husband came along, and I was married at 18. And can you imagine how I felt at that time? There I was, a little girl, just when I was 5, 6, and a burning ambition to become a primary teacher. Worked hard, and then I find myself in an arranged marriage, marrying a total stranger, So yeah, it was tough. It was really tough at the time, but it made me stronger.
How old were you when you had your children?
When I had my first baby, I was 20. Then second baby was about 22, and then my third baby was about 26, I think, 25, 26.